So I thought of sharing a few recommendations on AI. Some of the influencers, the AI influencers who I follow, and um, so I have three recommendations for today. One is Simon Willison. Now, Simon Willison is known for he's famous for being the creator of the Django framework in Python. It's a web application, web development framework in Python, but now he is probably one of the foremost leading voice on practical application of AI technologies, and he's very prolific. He's writing every day on his blog on what he's experimenting with, what he's building with the latest frontier models, open source models, and he is an example of how he's an example of how one can build new expertise in a new field starting from scratch. When AI came out, AI being such a new technology, no one is an expert in it when it came out, right? It was new for everybody. But Simon Willison started experimenting, and he started writing about what he's experimenting and building and trying out with AI, and he learned in public. So you can if you can actually go day by day for the past few years and see what he was doing with AI every single day. That's the kind of public learning he was doing, and that's why he is one of the foremost voices when it comes to um, AI. The second recommendation I have for you is um, Naveen Kabra. So Naveen has also been a prolific blogger. He has a Substack newsletter called AI IQ, and in fact, it was Naveen's Substack newsletter which really got me serious about learning AI, because the ChatGPT came out sometime in November 2022, and after having used the chat interface of ChatGPT for a few months, I kind of forgot about it. I was not using it as much, but it was after I saw Naveen's newsletter where uh, he was asking everybody to lean into learning AI and be at forefront of experimenting and using these AI technologies, and that got me started. Naveen also has another YouTube channel called Future IQ, which is not specifically AI, but it's a wonderful channel in general because he talks about a lot of ideas from multiple disciplines, and that's one of my favorite areas. So I love his YouTube channel called Future IQ, and he also has recently launched another video show, a podcast called AIV. And what he's doing in that podcast is he's trying to um, have conversations about how India should use AI as a technology, specifically focused on India. So Naveen Kabra is somebody I would recommend highly as my second recommendation. Third one is a guy called S. Anand. He calls himself as LLM psychologist. So by background, I think he's been a data science expert, but he's another guy who loves learning and building in public. So similar to Simon Willison, he has been experimenting and building with AI prolifically, and he shares everything that he's doing, and he also gives a lot of presentations and talks at different institutions, and again a wonderful example of how you can one can actually build expertise in a new field. So people like Anand and Naveen and Simon Willison, they are in their 40s and 50s, but they are not letting their age stop them from being like having a childlike enthusiasm about learning something very new from scratch, because AI is an area where it's a level playing field. It does not matter whether you've been an expert in your field or even in software and technology. AI is such a new technology that nobody can say that just being an experienced technologist will give you in any kind of edge, because it's so disruptive. So I take a lot of inspiration from these three people, and I'm always looking forward to what new stuff they are sharing and writing about. So those are my three recommendations for you. I'll drop the link to the resources which I just mentioned in the video description.